Welcome to the FTA tutorial videos on how to complete your tax return for VAT, which we will refer to as VAT return throughout this tutorial. This is the first in a series of videos which will take you through the process of completing your VAT return on the FTA e-services portal, submitting your VAT return by the deadline, and making payment of your tax liability. In this module, we'll explain how to open your VAT return and get started. It is extremely important that you submit accurate VAT returns to the FTA by the required deadline. If you fail to do so, you will incur tax assessments and penalties. All VAT returns must be submitted online using the FTA e-services portal. To access the VAT return, you should log into the e-services portal using your registered username and password. You will be presented with the dashboard screen where you can see a summary of your active tax registration with the FTA. In order to begin completing your VAT return, you will then need to click on the VAT tab on the navigation bar at the top of the screen. From this screen, you should click on the option to open your VAT return. The standard tax period is 3 calendar months. Therefore, you'll be required to file VAT returns once every 3 months as a minimum. However, in some cases, businesses may be required to file VAT returns on a monthly basis. The VAT return must be received by the FTA no later than the 28th day following the end of the tax period, and this is also the deadline for the receipt of any payment due. Where the due date for the submission of the VAT return and payment falls on a weekend or an official public holiday, the deadline is extended to the following business day. For example, if your tax period ends on the 31st of March, the VAT return and payment must be received by the FTA no later than the 28th of April. However, as the 28th of April 2018 is a Saturday, the VAT return will be due on the 29th of April 2018. Once you have clicked on the option to open your VAT return, you will see a number of details at the top of the screen. This includes information such as the TRN or tax registration number for the taxable person, as well as their name and address. If you are a tax agent submitting the VAT return on behalf of a taxable person, you will also see some additional details: your TAAN or Tax Agent Approval Number, your associated TAN or Tax Agency Number, and the tax agent and tax agency name. The form will automatically populate the VAT return period you are currently filing, the tax year end and VAT period reference number. The tax year end is important for businesses which are not able to recover all of their VAT and need to perform an input tax apportionment annual adjustment. This adjustment is due in the first tax period following the tax year end. So, if the VAT return period reference is 1, those affected businesses should include their input tax apportionment annual adjustment in this VAT return. You'll also be able to see your VAT return submission due date here. Please check and ensure that all of this information is correct before going any further. You've now opened the VAT return and checked that you're filing information for the correct tax period. Watch the next video to learn how to populate box 1 of the VAT return.